Good morning everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officers Adda 24/7. How are you all? So first of all, let me know how are you all, and also is audio video both are okay, are we good to go? So in this particular series, as you know, we have started the Achiever series. In every series we are discussing particular topic in form of your MCQ. Another important questions we are discussing here on the important concept that is regarding your PPB, principles and practices of banking. And the series for PPB is going on at 6 a.m. So we start our day from 6 a.m. with the PPB session. If the same session you want for IE/IFS subject, that is available in the evening for 7 p.m. Okay, so in the evening you will find IE/IFS session, and in the morning you will find your PPB session on Officers Adda 24/7. These sessions will be there every Monday to Saturday. Clear? Chalo, so let's start the session. And before starting the session, I am your mentor for PPB and IE/IFS for your JAIIB paper. And as you know, this is our 5th class. It means the 4 units of your module A we have completed, and this is the 5th class in which we are going to talk about the 5th unit of your PPB. And the name of the unit we have, that is operational aspect of deposit accounts. If you remember, in the last class we have discussed the types of customers that we have, like in which case which customer can have bank account or which cannot have bank account, who is eligible to get the current account, who is eligible to get the different documents to provide for the customer identification process. So all that we have discussed. If we talk about here in the operational aspect of deposit accounts, so a very basic, if I am talking about the deposit accounts, there are different types of deposit account. That is on the basis of the reason we are having the account. We have a lot of different types of account. If we just go through the basic accounts that in the bank can be opened by any person. So first of all, you have a basic account. The basic accounts means your CASA, RAFA. CASA will be your demand deposit. RAFA will be your term deposit, or you can call it a time deposit. Then we have a financial inclusion account. Those accounts that have been introduced to do financial inclusion in the country. Like when we talk about financial inclusion, it means that we want to link maximum people with the financial product and services, and that to be within affordable cost. Okay, we want that maximum people will be linked with the financial product and services of our country at an affordable price. Like RBI have introduced no frills account. So this was the first account that was introduced by RBI with the zero balance criteria. It means there is no specific minimum deposit requirement in the NFA, that is no frills account. Then this NFA account have been changed or have been renamed, or the name have been changed as a BSBD account. That is basic saving bank deposit account. Okay, so these are the two accounts that have been introduced for the financial inclusion. Apart from that, we also have Jan Dhan Yojana account. That Jan Dhan Yojana account is also an account that was introduced for the financial inclusion purpose. Okay, now apart from that, we have a trading account. That is demat account. That's a dematerialized account that you can open and maintain your securities in electronic form. That account is known as demat account. Then we have escrow account. Escrow account is a third party account that can be maintained by the bank with the other two parties to complete the transaction or to complete the contract or agreement between the two parties. Bank will have the account with both of them. Apart from that, we also have a gilt account. Gilt account is simply a kind of account in which the government securities can be maintained in electronic form. Okay, now apart from these types of account, we also have account for NRIs. The account for NRI, we have NRE account, non-resident external account. We have NRO account, non-resident ordinary account. And also we have FCNR account, that is foreign currency non-resident account. These are the three types of account for the NRIs. Apart from that, we also have a foreign currency account. that is known as EEFC account, exchange earners foreign currency account. It is what? It is exchange earners foreign currency account. Clear? So different types of accounts we have as the need of the customer, as the purpose of maintaining the deposit in the bank. Clear? Now apart from that, these are the accounts that we have to cover in detail. All the accounts have to be covered in detail, but here we will be starting with the MCQ for your chapter number 5, operational aspect of deposit accounts. है ना? What operational aspects are there if you want to have a particular account that we are going to discuss in this particular chapter? So let me know the answer. We are discussing MCQ here. Let me know the answer, and in the end of the session I will be asking how many answers you have given correct. So the first question we have that is asking, a current account cannot be opened by. Out of these options, who cannot open the current account? The current account cannot be opened by which of the following? So it's very obvious. When we talk about the current account, it's a type of account. It's a demand deposit account. It's what? It's a demand deposit account in which whenever a customer wants can deposit the money, and whenever a customer wants can withdraw the money. And this account is open mainly for the business purpose. The businessmans who want unlimited number of transactions, they can have the current account. No interest will be paid in this account. So first is saying minors, however, account of minors can be opened and operated by the natural guardian. Second, Pardanasheen women. Third, illiterate person. Fourth, blind person. Or fifth, by all. So let me know who cannot have the current account. A, B, C or D? Okay, so I got one answer that is saying by all, and that is true. Current account cannot be opened by all of these: the minor, the Pardanasheen women, the illiterate people, the blind person. All of them cannot have the current account. So your right answer will be E option. Next question. Next is asking about here, which statement is incorrect in terms of savings bank account? So savings bank account is also a type of demand deposit in which individual persons can maintain their amount of money they have for the future requirement purposes. So they save their money, they build the saving habit by having the savings account. And in the savings account, when we are talking about whenever you want to deposit the money, you can deposit. Whenever you want, you can withdraw the money as well. So first is saying savings bank accounts are meant for individuals operating singly or jointly with other individuals. Second, sometimes such accounts are opened in the names of institutions which are specifically approved by RBI, maintaining savings bank account with banks. Third, savings bank account are opened either with check facility or without check facility. Fourth, cash withdrawals from savings account without check facility are allowed through withdrawal slip that is provided at bank branches, accompanied with the passbook. So these are the 4 statements. Out of that, you have to let me know which statement is the incorrect one in context to your savings account. So let me know which statement is the incorrect statement for your savings bank account. A, B, C or D? Let me know. Okay, and the right answer is very good, all are true, and none of them is incorrect. First is correct that savings bank account are meant for individuals. Second is also correct that it can be opened in the names of institution when RBI allow in the special cases. Third is also correct, with check or without check facility you can allow the customer to have a savings account, and the cash withdrawal can be done without check facility. It will be allowed at the branches by filing the withdrawal slip. You can withdraw your money. So the right answer will be all are true. Right option is D option. Okay, next question. It is asking here in which case the account can be closed. In which particular case the account can be closed. First is saying savings bank account may be closed on written request of single or all joint account holders. All the unused check leaves must be surrendered and the passbook presented. The passbook may be returned after updating marking account closed in all pages. For the balance in the account, a check withdrawal form must be obtained for effecting the payment. So out of these statement, in which case the account can be closed? A, B, C or D? Only 1 and 2. Third option is saying only 2. Fourth is saying all 1 to 4. Okay, and in all these cases, the account can be closed. Very good. The right answer will be D. In all these cases, the account can be closed. First, when you get the return request from the customer, if it is a single account, a person can write a letter to you. If it's a joint account, all the members of the joint account have to write the letter. Then when you return the unused check leaves, then you have to return the passbook as well. And for the balance in the account, it should be withdrawable with the check or other facility. So the right answer will be D option. In all these cases, account can be closed. Next, which statement is incorrect in terms of BSBDA account? In terms of BSBD account, which particular statement is incorrect? So what is BSBD account? It is basic savings bank deposit account. Okay, the no frills account was introduced by RBI, in which zero balance criteria was there. Like there is no requirement to maintain a particular deposit, zero balance account can be opened. That was the no frills account. Then RBI have changed the name of no frills account in 2012 in BSBDA, that is basic saving bank deposit account. Okay. The first is saying deposit of cash at bank branch as well as ATM or CDMs, cash deposit machine. Second, receives credit of money through any electronic channel, deposit, collection of check, including check drawn by central government, state government agencies and department. Low limit on number and value of deposits that can be made in a month. Minimum of 4 withdrawals in a month, including ATM withdrawals or the other bank ATMs. And then the credit card is issued. Out of these, which condition or which statement is the incorrect one for BSBD account? See, if we talk about in the BSBD account, there is a certain conditions. It is also known as a small account. You can maintain 50,000 rupees, not more than that, anytime. In your account, the balance should not exceed 50,000 anytime, in any condition. This is the deposit limit. Second, you can take loan of 1 lakh rupees in a year. Not more than that, loan will be provided to the customer in the BSBD account, 1 lakh. Then withdrawal or transfer in a month should be done only 10,000, not more than that. This is in a month. And the withdrawal limit will be 4 times. It will be allowed 4 times to withdraw in a month. It means the fourth option is not true. All the others are true, but the fourth is not true. That is saying no limit. Sorry, one second. That is saying okay, now the fourth but the third statement, no limit on number and value of deposit that can be made in the month. Not the fourth but the third one is incorrect. that it is saying no limit is there, but there is a limit. In withdrawal there is a limit, in credit facility there is a limit, in deposit facility there is a limit, in withdrawal there is a limit. So all these limits have been introduced by RBI in the BSBD account and the small account. And the third statement is saying no such kinds of limit is there, to deposit the money and how many number of times you can do that. So right answer will be your C option. This is the incorrect one in case of BSBD. Clear? So now next question is, which of the following are correct in terms of inoperative account unclaimed deposit? So those account which a customer is not performing the regular transaction for 1 year, that is the inoperative account, and for for 1 year, yeah, and for 24 months, it means 2 years, that will be a dormant account. Okay, so here we are talking about inoperative account and that unclaimed deposit. The customer have not used the account in a certain period of time, and also the deposit in that account is unclaimed. So first situation is no interest on the savings bank should be credited. You have to find out the correct one. Panel charges for shortfall in the minimum balance should be levied in inoperative account. If a term deposit, that is FD or RD, matures and proceeds are unpaid on the unclaimed account, the savings bank rate or the contracted rate on mature term deposit, whichever is lower, will be paid. So you have to answer which of the following statement is correct about your inoperative account. So see, if the customer is not coming to withdraw the money or not performing any transaction, but still you have to continue to pay the interest. That's the basic interest in the savings account you have to do. So the first one is not correct statement. It's an incorrect statement. It is saying no interest will be paid. Interest will be paid on the regular time. Okay. Then if I talk about second, panel charges for shortfall in the minimum balance, it should be levied on the inoperative account. Is it true? It is also not true. And the third one is true, that if a term deposit matures and proceeds are unpaid on the unclaimed amount, the savings bank rate or the contracted rate on the mature term deposit, whichever is lower, will be continued paid by the bank. And the right answer will be your C option, that is only third. Okay, the right answer will be C, that is only third. Next. A current account cannot be operated by. So out of these persons who cannot operate the current account, a woman, an individual, an illiterate person, or a non-resident. Non-resident means NRI, the person who is living outside the country for 182 days or more than that. So A, B, C or D, who cannot have the current account. So we have discussed in the first question that an illiterate person, a blind person, a Parda Nishin women, they cannot have the bank account. With what type of bank account? The current account. Blind person can have the savings account, but not the current account. So here in these questions, in these options, we can simply say that an illiterate person is not allowed to maintain or not allowed to open a current account. So the right answer for this question will be C. Okay. C. Next question we have, banks cannot pay interest on which of the following types of account? So again a very simple question. We know in which particular type of account bank cannot pay the interest. First is saying accounts attached by ED, unclaimed deposit, account frozen by them, and current accounts. So in which particular account interest will not be paid by the bank? And it is very obvious, the current account. On current account, no interest will be paid by the bank. Okay. Achha, apart from that, in the EEFC account, exchange earners foreign currency account, this is also open in a form of current account. EEFC account is also open in the form of current account. That's why in the EEFC account also bank will not pay the interest. Okay. So here the right answer will be D option. EEFC stand for exchange earner foreign currency account. So right answer is D. Next. Interest rate on fixed deposit can be different on deposits in rural area, of different tenure, of individual, of women. So let's say there are 2 to 3 people who have the FD, है ना, fixed deposit, and their FD interest rate is different. So this difference in the rate of interest that bank provide to the customer, it depends on what? It depends on the area where you are opening the FD. It depends on the duration, for how many period, for how many years you are having FD or the RD, of individual, like whose account you are opening, or the last one of women, like you are giving more interest to the women in comparison to the males. So which of the following is the right explanation of having different interest rate paid on the fixed deposit by the bank? So the rate of interest depends on the different tenure. If you are having a FD for 7 days and if you are having a FD for 10 years, as per the tenure, your rate of interest will be different. Okay, so the rate of interest depends on the duration of the account you are having. Very good. For the different tenures, so right answer will be your B option. Now, for a safe deposit locker, a customer can make dash nominee. So if I am having a safe deposit, if I am having a, let's say, locker facility, I can nominate one person as per my wish, Hana, or 1 or 2 or 3, how many persons you have to tell me. So I can nominate a person there. In case something happens to me, that valuable assets, that property, that document, whatever I have put on in my locker or a safe custody, that can be given to the person whom I have nominated. So here you have to answer, in case of safe deposit, okay, customer can make how many nominees? Only 1, 4, more than 1, or 2? How many nominees can be there? A, B, C, or D? Okay, and the right answer will be here, more than 1. More than 1 nominee can be there in the safe deposit criteria. Okay, so right answer will be your C option. Now, a minor age dash years or more is allowed to operate a savings bank account independently. So minor is the person who haven't got the age, who haven't completed the age of 18 years, है ना? After completing the age of 18 years, the person will be known as the major. But the minor who have, the person, he or she have age below 18 years, that person is minor. So now minor can have the account, है ना? The guardians, mother or father can become the guardian of a minor's account. But yes, one condition is also there. If a minor wants to maintain his own account, his or her own account, they can do at which particular age? It can be done at the age of 10. So when minor attains the age of 10, he or she can have their own account independently. Yeah, obviously the guardians will be there in the account, है ना? But they can maintain their account independently. So the right answer is 10 years. And this service or this duration have been introduced by SBI first time. So this age was introduced by SBI for the first time, then all the other banks are following this. So right answer is 10 years. Good morning everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Office Society 24/7. So first of all, let me know how are you all, and also let me know is audio video both are okay in this particular session. So let's just start the session. As you know, every day at 6 AM we are starting our day with the PPB session, that is Principles and Practices of Banking. And these sessions are the Achiever series for your May 2024 JAIIB paper, and we have to clear this paper in the May 2024 by clearing all the 4 subjects. Reason, because as the time passes, the difficulty level is definitely going to rise. So what we have to do, we have to have this commitment with ourselves that no matter what happens, we have to clear the paper in the May 2024 only. Okay, so that if something have been changed in the October 2024 paper, we do not have to deal with it. And it will be better for you once you have clear May 2024 JAIIB, you will be eligible for November, December CIIB. Okay, so do make sure you have this target and do not have this in your mind that let's only give 2 papers in this attempt. The next 2 papers we will give in the November, December. Don't have this in your mind. All the 4 subjects is easy to clear in the one go, but yeah, it will need a lot of commitment. It will need a lot of consistency, dedication towards the paper. And I guess you can do that, because if at the morning at 6 a.m. I can see all of you here in the session, then I can definitely say that you have that commitment. But yes, make sure that this will not break in the future. Be consistent every day, and that is sufficient to clear the paper. Okay, so let's start today. Acha, before starting today's session, I will be your mentor for IE, IFS and PPB for your JAIIB paper. Now today, this is the 6th class. Already 5 sessions we have taken. Module A, class number 6 we are discussing. In the PPB, you will find that there are total 55 units. Out of that, module A only have 21 units. When we talk about the 21 units, a lot of syllabus is there. And module A and B have maximum syllabus in PPB, and this is our chapter number 6, that is talking about operational aspect of handling, clearing, collection and check. Okay, this is our today's topic, your unit number 6 of PPB. Okay, so let's start the session with the first question, that is talking. Before showing you first question, I want each and everyone to be very active in the session and keep answering the questions. It's very important that you keep answering the questions and be active in the session, because it will help you to know or to evaluate yourself that how much better you are in your preparation, and that is what we need in this particular exam. Okay, so let's start. The first question is asking, which of the following are not the characteristics of CTS? Now, what actually the CTS is, that is check truncation system, and this was introduced to stop the physical movement of check. Now, what used to happen in the past, first, if you have submitted a check in a bank, the bank will validate the check and then will transfer the check to the particular bank of which it was issued. And all these transfer or to the clearing house, to the particular bank, all these transactions used to happen in a physical form. Okay, and to stop that, why we needed to stop that? First, it was very time consuming. Second, it was very risky. Somehow if the check was misplaced, or if it was a bearer check, then anybody can take the payment of that if the check was stolen or something. If there is a certain kind of delay in the transportation, maybe the party have to face the loss. Because of all these reasons, we wanted to stop the physical movement of check, and that's where we have introduced the CTS, check truncation system, that helps us to clear the check by the image only. Now you do not have to physically transfer the check. Okay, that's the CTS. And now you have to answer not a characteristic of CTS, and you have these options. It means the characteristics, and these are the options in front of you. So the first characteristic, it has been given here, that is talking about it is an electronic image of a paper check. It is what? It is an electronic image of your paper check. Second, banks and financial institutions can involve, and clearing house can truncate a check, create an electronic image of the check. Truncate means creating an electronic image of a check or to stop the physical movement of check. Now, the electronic image of check truncated substitute the physical check from the point and time of truncation onwards. Fourth is saying truncation is done at any time, reduces the time taken for the realization. So out of these 4 characteristics written in front of you, which of the following is not a characteristics of the CTS? A, B, C or D? So when we talk about CTS, it is actually an electronic image of paper check. This is the true. Okay. And if I'm talking about the second one, the clearing house cannot create a electronic image. It will be done by the bank only. So second is wrong. If second is wrong, it means the option is clear. It will be C, because in the other option there is no C option is there in the incorrect part. So right answer will be second. The second statement is wrong. That's why the right answer will be C. Now the third is also true, that the electronic image of the check truncation, it is the substitute of what? The physical check. Okay, and this is the true one. Fourth is saying truncation is done anytime, reduce time taken for realization. This is wrong. So the right answer will be C, that second and fourth are not a characteristics of your CTS, check truncation system. Now next we have here, that is talking about The banks which receive the images and data from the clearing house for payment processing which is done on the same day. The bank also generates the return file for unpaid instruments known as. So what we're talking about here, the banks which receive the images and the data for clearing house for the payment process which is done on the same day. Okay. So the bank also generates the return file for unpaid instrument that is known as what? It's a presenting bank, it's a paying bank, it's a sender bank, it's a receiver bank. So as you can see, simply the bank generates the return file. So that is the responsibility of which bank? It is the responsibility of a paying bank. So right answer will be your B option. Right answer, we have a B option. Next. Which of the following cash held at the branch is not required to be under dual custody? The money, the cash you have in the branch, so a lot of things like your locker facility, your safe custody, your any kind of deposits, they have a certain dual custody, to have proper security. But which of the following cash which is available in the branch do not need the dual custody? Is it a first cashier's hand balance, second notes of less than 100 denomination, then cash balances in the form of coins, or all of the above? And the right answer is very obvious, the cashier's hand balance, because the cashier is performing the day-to-day transaction of accepting deposit and providing withdrawal. So this do not need a dual custody. And the right answer here will be your A option. Okay. Next is asking about RBI has introduced the positive pay system for check truncation system with effect from dash. So from when RBI have introduced the positive pay system? Now what is this positive pay system is? This is a system in which RBI said that whenever a customer deposits the check, or issues the check, not deposit, issues the check, the customer have to give information to the bank about the field, about the information you have to give in the check. And this should be done in the application of your bank. Let's say, for example, I have issued the check from ICICI Bank. So I have an application of ICICI Bank. On the application, I have to validate the information of a check, so that it used to be there, like people used to add the amount if they found the space, or if there is a possibility. People used to add the amount of the check, and that somehow created a lot of issue for the bank as well as the customer. So that's why now the large amount of checks will be validated by the customer only on the application, and that's the positive pay system. Clear? Up to 50,000 it's the choice of the customer, but above 50,000 it is mandatory. Clear? Now, and the right answer here will be your 1st January 2021 it has introduced the positive pay system. So right answer will be your A. Next question. Under CTS process, dash images are to be taken of each check. First, 2, 1, 3 or 4. How many images are required to be taken? So there will be a black, white and gray images, and that will be 3 images will be taken. How many images? 3 images will be taken. These images will be used to clear your check in electronic form. Now you do not have to send the physical check to somewhere, to any particular bank or the clearing house. But yes, for maintain the data, you have to provide that to the clearing house. Okay. Now this is the right answer. That's the C option. 3 images should be taken. All cash remittances. Remittance means transfer of fund. Remittance can be inward and outward. Inward remittance means from abroad to India money have been transferred. Outward remittance means from India to abroad money have been transferred. And this is in case of the cross-border transaction. But when it comes to the domestic remittances, in domestic remittances, inward transfer means, or inward remittance means you are transferring fund in the same bank. And outward remittance means you are transferring fund in the different bank, but within the country only. Now, all cash remittances in transit are covered under which insurance policy obtained by the bank? Is it a raincoat? Is it a pillow? Is it a blanket? Or is it none of the above? So, which of the insurance policy is it? A, B, C or D? A, B, C or D? And the right answer here will be your, very good, the C option. It's a blanket policy. It's a blanket insurance policy that gives here cash remittance or insurance. So right answer will be your C option. Okay, now next. Next is asking here, which of the following action is proper in handling counterfeit notes? Counterfeit notes are the fake currencies. Counterfeit notes means you have a fake currency. So which of the following is the action that will be taken as proper action handling the counterfeit currency notes? First is saying the teller means the cashier. The teller refuses to accept counterfeit note detected by her at the counter. First, like you are not accepting the counterfeit currency when you have detected it. Second, so is it a proper action? Second is saying during checking of bulk cash of a customer, counterfeit note is detected. So the customer comes and replaces it with a genuine note and is given back the counterfeit note. I think that's very obvious, cannot be done. You have found out that the customer have given you the counterfeit note. You asked the customer came back to the branch, given you the genuine note, and then you have returned that note to the customer. You can't do that, na? Now, the teller detects a counterfeit note at the counter, keeps it against receipts given to the customer. The note is destroyed by the head cashier. Cannot be done. You cannot destroy the notes. You have to send that notes to the RBI. Then the counterfeit note detects at the counter is impounded by the teller and brands it with the counterfeit stamps. And that will be informed to the central bank of our country. So the right answer will be D. This is a proper action that should be taken by the teller. Okay, so your right answer will be your D option. Next, which of the following requirement is not mandatory for checks under CTS 2010 standard? So which of the following requirement is not to be done, or it's not mandatory to be done under your CTS 2010? Is it field placement as prescribed? Is it security threat? Is it pre-filed account field? Is it watermark? Let me know which of the following is correct. Which of the following is not mandatory for having in a check in case of your CTA? It used to be mandatory but not anymore. And it is your security threat. Security threat is not mandatory for the checks under the CTS 2010 standard. So the right answer will be B. Now, next question is asking the bulk of cash balance should always be in the strong room safe under joint custody, while the remainder, cashier's hand balance, which will kept as low as conveniently possible, will be left with head cashier, manager, either A or B. So who will be having this cash with them? So question is saying simply here the bulk cash balance should always be in the strong room or the safe room under the joint custody. But apart from that, the remainder which will be kept as low as convenient possible, and it will be left with which of them? It will be left with your head cashier or your cashier. It means right answer will be either A or B. Okay, it should go to the cashier or a head cashier. So right answer will be A or B. Either A or B. Now, which of the following statement is not acceptable in the check collection policy of a bank? So the check collection policy of a bank says that some of these points are not acceptable. So first is saying the bank will take all possible measures for safeguarding the instrument received from its customer for collection. Second is saying the bank will compensate the customer for any delay in collection of check on its own. Third is saying the bank will not be responsible for any delay arising out of the circumstances beyond its control or the control of the paying bank. Fourth, no compensation will be paid for delay in collection of local checks. So which of the following is there? Not acceptable in the check collection policy of a bank. If there is a delay in the collection of local checks, and this is the fault from the side of the bank, and you have to give the compensation. If you are not giving compensation, this is not acceptable. Okay, this is not acceptable. So the right answer will be D. There should be a compensation. So right answer is what? It is D. Rights of a bank, that is the special relationship of banker. Okay, like bank have a right of appropriation, bank have a right of set off, bank have a right of line, bank have a garnish order, attachment order, bank have a duty to maintain the confidentiality and secrecy of the customer data, bank have a duty to perform the tasks that have been assigned by the customer. So all these are the special relationship of a bank that what we are going to cover in today's session. So let's start the session. Before starting the session, I am Amanjot Kaur, your mentor for IE, IFS and PPB for the JAIIB paper. And trust me guys, if you are thinking about it that in May 2024 you want to give your JAIIB paper, then do make sure you start early. That's very important. And do join that. If you haven't watched the orientation class that happened on 8th, do watch the orientation class available in the past live stream classes, and you will find why I am saying start early. Okay, I have explained everything there. So let's start with the question. Be active in the session. In the end of the session also let me know in the comment section how many answers you have given correct. So this is the first question. How many types of power of attorneys are there? Okay, here you have to answer how many types of power of attorneys are there. 2, 3, 4, 5. Out of this, how many power of attorneys are there? 2, 3, 4 or 5? A, B, C or D? Okay, so the right answer is there are 2 types of power of attorney. How many types of power of attorney we have? We have 2 types of power of attorney. So the answer will be your A option. Okay. Now next question, we are talking about the right to the debit balance in one account with credit balance in another account of the same customer by bank is called dash. Garnish order, lion right of appropriation or rating. So let's say I have 2 bank accounts in a bank. Okay, in one I have a debit balance, in one I have a credit balance. So now what bank is doing? Bank have a right to do what? To the debit balance in one account with the credit balance in another account. The bank have the right here to manage the both, to exchange the both. So bank will take money from my one account and will deposit to the credit balance in my other account. So this right of a bank is known as what? Right of appropriation. Okay, this is what? Right of appropriation. So the right answer will be your C. Clear? Now next, mandate is a dash. When you talk about the mandate, mandate is a stamped agreement. It's the unstamped agreement. Okay, it's your memorandum of understanding, it's your letter of authority. You have to answer. So which of the following is a mandate? So it is not a stamped agreement, that's the for sure. It's not memorandum of understanding, it's not letter of your authority, it is the unstamped agreement. It means right answer will be your B option. Okay, right answer will be your B option. Now next question we have here, automatic right of set off arises in the following cases. In which case right of set off can be done? In which case? So first is saying death or insanity, insolvency of the customer. Second, insolvency of a partner or on the winding up of a company. Then next we have receipts of garnished order, receipts of notice of assignment of customer's credit balance, the receipt of notice of secured mortgage over the security charge to the bank, and these are the options given to you. Only 1, only 2, 4. These kind of options have been given. So you have to answer which of the following is the case in which automatic right of set off comes. Okay. Okay, so which of the following will be the right option here? A, only 1, second and fourth, only third, or all of the above. So if we talk about right of set off without the notice, the bank can perform, automatic. And the right answer for that is all. In all the 4 conditions, bank is allowed to perform the right of set off, and that is without notice. Okay, so right answer is D. Now next question is asking, person to whom a power of attorney is given is called dash, and who gives it is called dash. So there are two types of power of attorney, and here the question is asking the person who gives the, who is giving is called dash, and whom it will be given, that is dash. So which of the following is the right answer? What is the name of the person to whom the power of attorney will be given and by whom it have been given? Debtor, creditor, beller, belly, pauna, pawnee, or donee, or donor? And the right answer is obviously your D option, donee and donor. This is the name, or we can call the relationship of the persons to whom power have been given and by whom it have been given. Okay, so right answer is D. Now, a dash is a right of a debtor to take into account a debt owing to him by a creditor when paying a debt due from him to the creditor. Okay, what is it? Is it a right of set off? Is it a right of line? Is it a garnish order? Or is it an order of attachment? So you have to answer which of the following it is. Which document it is? A dash is right of a debtor to take into account a debt that owing to him by a creditor, when paying a debt due from him to the creditor. And the answer will be your simple, the right of set off. It is the right of a debtor that it can take into the account a debt owing to him by a creditor. So the right answer will be your A, right of set off. Next question, we have right to appropriation the debit balance in one account with the credit balance in another account of the same customer by bank is called dash. Garnish, garnishee, then we have lion, then we have set off, and then we have rating. So which of the following is true here? The question is asking simply that right to appropriate the debit balance in one account with the credit balance in another account of the same customer by a bank, it is called what? So let's say I have two accounts, and from one account the money have been taken and deposited into other account. What kind of right it is? It's a right of set off. It's a right of set off. So it is known as set off. So right answer will be your C. Okay. Next question we have, which of the following statement are incorrect in terms of mandate? The incorrect statement in terms of mandate. First is saying there is no need to inform the bank about the authority given to the third person. Second, the signature of the mandate is verified by the customer in the mandate letter. The mandate is normally temporary for a short period. Fourth, institutions to issue a mandate. Then a mandate ceases to be valid on death, insanity and insolvency, bankruptcy of the account holder. And sixth is saying a mandate can be withdrawn anytime by the account holder. So these are the 6 statements in front of you. Out of that you have to answer which of the following statement are incorrect in terms of your mandate. So out of these 6 statements, which is incorrect? So if I see the first one, there is no need to inform the bank about the authority given to them. You have to inform. Now this is not right. This is incorrect. Second is saying the signature of the mandate is verified by the customer in the mandate letter. This is true. The mandate is normally temporary for a short period. This is also true. Institution to issue a mandate. No, this is not. Then a mandate ceases to be valid on death. This is true. A mandate can be withdrawn anytime by the account holder. This is also true. So the first and fourth options are the incorrect. So the right answer will be your B option. Okay, the right answer will be your B option. Clear? Next. Banker's line is a dash. Bailment of good implied pledge agreement. So when it comes to the collateral, whenever you are taking a loan from the bank, you have to provide collateral to the bank. And the collateral will be collateral can be pledge, hypothecation, mortgage, it can be a line. So in case of mortgage, it will be immovable property. It will be always land. And the possession of the collateral mostly remains with the bank, mostly remains with the borrower, but sometime it can be given to the bank as well. That's the mortgage. In pledge, This is a movable security. You are providing such kind of security that can be taken from one place to another, but the possession will remain with the bank, okay, with the lender. In hypothecation, the possession and ownership both remains with the customer, and it is also movable, okay. And in the line, it have been said that bank have this right to hold the collateral, the security that have been given by the customer to take a loan from you until and unless the customer repay the whole amount of money. That right have been given to the banker. So what is it? It's a implied pledge, because pledge saying that the possession should remains with the bank, and the same thing have been defined in the line. So this is not this, you do not have to implied it. You do not have to tell this to the bank that you can do that. This is implied. If nobody is saying that, this is still a right of a banker. So right answer will be your B. Okay. Next, line is an dash of the creditor to retain possession. The right, the obligation, the instrument, the interest. So what is it? Right, obligation, instrument, interest. And the right answer is it's a right. Anna, it's the right of a banker to retain the possession unless customer returns the loan. Good morning everyone, welcome to the official YouTube channel of Office Society 24/7. How are you all? So let's just start this session. This is our first session of a day that is regarding your principles and practices of banking. So when we talk about principles and practices of banking, this is your paper 2 of your JAIIB 2024 after IEIFS. Okay, so what actually we have to do in this particular paper, this is the biggest subject of your JAIIB because it covers 55 units in 4 modules, and these 55 units are very huge. A lot of norms, regulations, restrictions and conditions, everything you have to cover here. As well as the terminologies, there are a lot of terminologies related to banking we have to cover. So this is the biggest subject that we all know. Now what have to be done? First of all, we have to be sure that whatever we are reading, we are having a conceptual understanding, because in the maximum cases you will find from your PPB subject, you will see the case study questions. Okay, what type of questions will be there? There will be case study questions maximum, because it have been seen in May 2023 as well as October 2023. Maximum questions were from the case study. Acha, if you have a case study question, there are 2 things that have to be done. First, you have to understand the concept. Second, you have to understand the decision making, because whatever condition in the case study, what they are doing, they are creating a certain life situation or a present situation, or we can say simply a life situation they are creating for you, and you have to answer in that situation. If you are in a bank and you are facing this situation, what you will do? So your decision making have to be strong in that particular case. Now your decision making, how it will be strong? After you know what actually the concept is. If you do not know about the concept, if you do not know about the term, let's say for example there is a certain scenario in a bank related to check, and if you do not know what actually the check is, what actually the CTS is, how it actually works, is it a negotiable instrument or not, in which particular section it says that the payment should be in the due course, what if the check have to be dishonored, what if in the check have to be bounced. If you do not know these conditions, if you do not know the sections which are talking about this, it will affect your decision making. So the first and most important thing is having a conceptual understanding. Second, focus on the case study question, like create a situation around you and make answer accordingly. Okay, these are the 2 things which are very important to be done in your PPB. Okay, so maximum question we can see will be from your case study. So let's start. Now in today's session, what we are going to do, this is your class number 8. So as you know, in the PPB, Principles and Practices of Banking, we have 21 units in module A. Out of 21 units, we have already discussed the 7 units. Now the 8th class is here. We are going to discuss. Okay, now when it comes to the Achiever series, it is started from 4th of December. If you haven't seen the earlier 7 classes, then do make sure you check the playlist. You will find all the classes recording there. Clear? Now let's move. which topic is there in the unit number 8 of your, that is foreign exchange remittance for individuals. So what is this particular topic? Let's understand about the topic and then we will move towards the questions. And before that, I will be your mentor for IE, IFS and PPB for the JAIIB preparation. If you are preparing for May 2024, do make sure morning 6 a.m, evening 7 p.m, both the sessions you are regularly watching, both are English medium session for PPB and IE, IFS respectively. Okay, now let's start. Achha, apart from that, we have recently started Achievers batch as well. From 8th of December, on 8th of December, we had our orientation class about IE, IFS, and tomorrow, it means, yesterday, we had our first demo session of IE, IFS. If you haven't seen the sessions, you can check on the playlist, not the playlist, but the live section of YouTube channel of Officers at 24/7, you will find the recording there. And if you want to enroll, how to enroll, I will let you know in the end of the session. Now let's start. If I'm talking about foreign exchange, what actually the foreign exchange is? Foreign exchange simply means exchange of currencies. So when you exchange two currencies with each other, that's the foreign exchange. I'm converting rupee into dollar, dollar into rupee, rupee into euro, euro into dollar. These exchange of currencies are known as foreign exchange. Now when we talk about remittance, foreign exchange remittance simply means you are transferring fund from one place to another. Clear? And that which you are doing in the foreign exchange, it means foreign currency. So simply the remittances have to be done. If I'm talking about remittance, remittance can be of two types. Actually, remittance are of actually 4 types. Depends upon you are doing it within a country or outside the country. So first, let's talk about the remittance. Okay, so there domestic remittance and international remittance, and it have inward remittance, outward remittance. Okay, now when you are doing a domestic remittance, you are transferring money within India only, from one bank account to another. In that situation, what will be there in domestic, in the inward remittance in domestic market, it means you are transferring money in same bank. And the outward domestic remittance means you are transferring money in other bank. That is inward and outward transaction in domestic remittance. When it comes to the international remittances, it means if you are talking about inward international remittance, it means money is coming from abroad to India. When the fund is transferred from abroad to India, that is known as your inward transfer, okay, or inward remittance. Outward remittance, when money is transferred from India to abroad, this is your outward remittance. So do remember, in the domestic remittance, inward outward will be different. In your international remittance, the meaning of inward and outward remittance will be different. So both you have to remember here. Now this is what we are going to talk about. Like if you are doing a foreign exchange remittance for the individuals, what are the instruments that can be used? What rules and regulations have to be followed? So let's start with the first question here. First is asking about purchase of foreign currency from resident person is allowed up to dash or equivalent. And the options we have here is $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $4,000. Now you have to answer, if you purchase foreign currency from resident person, then up to what amount it is allowed. A, B, C or D. $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 or $4,000. What amount should be? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, and the right answer for this particular question will be your A option, that is $1,000. So if you purchase foreign currency from resident person, है ना, if you are purchasing foreign currency from the resident person only, it is allowed up to how much amount? $1,000 or equivalent. Okay, now next we have, which of the following is are not the feature of FEMA? Achha, if we are talking about FEMA, let's understand one thing. Earlier, what used to happen, Indian economy used to be the closed economy. Now, what is closed economy? Closed economy means the economy where there is a restrictions by government on the export and import of goods and services. That economy is known as your closed economy. India used to be the closed economy. So, in 1947, actually, we have introduced Foreign Exchange Regulation Act. As the name suggests, Foreign Exchange Regulation Act. A lot of regulations, restrictions used to be there on the foreign exchange. It means the transfer of, the exchange of currency. If you want to exchange the currency, a lot of restrictions have to be followed by you, and accordingly, these restrictions was given under the Foreign Exchange Regulation Act, and it is observed or managed by Reserve Bank of India. Clear? What happened then? In 1973, the FARA Act was amended. Certain changes have been done, but not the restrictions. They are not removed. So, Foreign Exchange Regulation Act was always focusing on how to create a restriction on the foreign exchange transaction. Like, it's very obvious, if I want to transfer the fund from India to abroad, there is a restriction. And let's say, for example, if I am going for a medical emergency, for the tourist, let's say for education, whatever purpose I am going abroad, I am coming from abroad to India, there is a limit. For this particular purpose, this amount of money will be exchanged, not more than that. Then what happened? After this, in 1991, the LPG happened. Liberalization, privatization and globalization. What is it? I have told you in the IE/IFS sessions, where we have discussed Unit 6 globalization and Unit 7 economic reform, right? So, liberalization, privatization, globalization, when we are talking about, the globalization is a way by which we had made Indian economy an open economy. It means there is no restriction from the side of the government on the export and import of goods and services. So, one side we are saying whatever you want, how much you want, you can export and import from India, because now your economy is open. But on the other side, you had FARA Act that was putting restrictions on the exchange of the goods and on the exchange of the currency. And these two were not going together. So, what happened? In 1999, we have introduced, we means the RBI have replaced FARA with FAMA. Now, the FAMA stands for Foreign Exchange Management Act. Now, this said that we are only going to manage the foreign exchange. We are not going to put any restrictions. We are only going to manage the foreign exchange, and that's where the globalization was supported by the FAMA. Okay, and this is how the FAMA have been introduced. Okay, so now you have to answer which of the following is not the feature of FAMA Act. First is saying FAMA empowers the central government to impose restriction. Second, the transaction foreign exchange should be made only through an authorized person. Payment to or receipt from any person outside India, as also other deals in foreign exchange and foreign security are restricted. Foreign exchange transaction, foreign security dealing, or owning or holding immovable property abroad by people living in India, they are restricted. So, these are the 4 statements given to you. Out of this, you have to answer which of the following is not a feature of FAMA. Not a feature. So, if you read the first statement, it's saying FAMA empowers the central government to impose restriction. This is not true. Obviously, this is not true. And I have just explained you in the FAMA, it has said that we are going to manage the foreign exchange, no restriction will be putting on here. So, FAMA empowers the central government to impose the restriction. So, this is not the correct. Now, the transaction foreign exchange should be made only through an authorized person. This is true. Authorized person, it means the person any entity or any person to whom RBI allowed that you can transact, you can perform the exchange of currency, or you can participate in the foreign exchange. Now, payment to or received from any person outside India, as also other deals in the foreign exchange, foreign security restricted. This is true. Foreign exchange transaction, foreign security dealings, or owing or holding a property abroad by people living in India are restricted. This is true. So it means not a feature is your only first option. So right answer will be your C. Okay, right answer your C. Next question. The ceiling on the amount permitted to be remitted under the liberalized remittance scheme initially was $. So liberalized remittance scheme was introduced by RBI in 2004, in which outward remittance limit have been given. It means LRS scheme, that is liberalized remittance scheme, allows money to be transferred to abroad from India. And if I talk about this remittance, this is the outward remittance. Okay, this is the outward remittance. And the amount which is right now allowed by the RBI, that is 2.5 lakh dollar in a financial year. In a financial year, this amount of money can be transferred from India to abroad. Clear? And this can be transferred by the resident individual of the country, including minor. So this amount of transfer or this liberalized remittance scheme is not for the corporates, trust, Hindu undivided family, etc. It is only for the resident individuals who are living in India, and that will also include your minor. Minor means the person who have not attained the age of 18 years. Okay. So this is the right now amount, and it used to be how much amount? $25,000. Okay, from $25,000 it have been increased to $2.5 lakh in a financial year. So your answer will be D. Remember both the amounts. Entity which are authorized by RBI to carry out a specified non-trade related current account transaction, all the activities permitted to full-fledged money changers and any other activities as decided by the Reserve Bank, and shall include upgraded FFMCS, select regional rural bank, select urban cooperative banks, and other entities comes under category of authorized dealer. Now let me know authorized dealer category 1, category 2, category 3 or category 4. Which of the following is correct? A, B, C or D? So as I have told you, authorized dealers means the parties, the banks, the institutions, the person to whom RBI have allowed to participate in the foreign exchange transaction. Okay, and the category here is second. Okay, so authorized dealer category second will be the party here. So right answer is B. Next question we have, as per FEMA, the basic criteria for a person to be considered a resident in India is the stay in India during the preceding financial year, which must be for a minimum dash. So which of the following is true here? So if we are talking about non-resident Indians, who are non-resident Indian, they are the citizen of our country who are living abroad for 182 days or more than 182 days in a year. Okay, and similarly, if you want to call a certain person resident, that will be the same duration, 182 days or more than that in one financial year. Okay, so right answer will be 182 days. It is same for non-resident Indian, for the resident. Now, drawal of foreign exchange by resident is not permitted for visit to which particular country? Bhutan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh. If you are going to visit which of the following country, you are not allowed the drawal of foreign exchange, and the country you have is, that is Bhutan. The right answer will be your Bhutan. Okay, so right answer is A. Next question. Next we have remittances under the Indo-Nepal remittance scheme are made under the dash system. First is saying it has dedicated remittance, it has NEFT, RTGS, SWIFT. Which of the following is true? So remittances under Indo-Nepal remittance scheme are made under the dash system. Which system? A, B, C or D? So Indo-Nepal remittance is allowed but is only one-sided remittance. This is only one-side remittance. That is from India to Nepal you can transfer the fund. From Nepal to India cannot be transferred. And the way that we can be utilized, that is NEFT. So with the help of NEFT we can do remittance from India to Nepal. And that is known as Indo-Nepal remittance. This is one-sided remittance. It means from India to Nepal the fund can be transferred with the help of National Electronic Fund Transfer. Good morning everyone. Welcome to the official YouTube channel of Officers 24/7. How are you all? So first of all, welcome to the channel, and those candidates who have joined us here, do let me know is audio, video both are okay. Are we good to go? And let's start the session. In this particular session, we will be talking about your principles and practices of banking. So as we know, every day we are starting our day with the first session of PPB for your May 2024 JAIIB paper. Now what have to be done to clear this particular subject? This is your paper 2. The paper 1 we have Indian economy, Indian financial system, and the paper 2 will be your principles and practices of banking. Now the paper 3 will be AFM. Now what happened in October and May 2023? PPB and AFM, both the paper was together. It means on 2nd or 4th Saturday, you can see the paper of PPB, and on the 2nd or 4th Sunday, you will find the paper of AFM. This is what happened in May 2023 and October 2023. Might be in the next attempt, JAIIB will give you a week gap, or it will not give you any gap between PPB and AFM. So we have to prepare accordingly, so that doesn't matter paper is coming together or paper is coming with a 1 week gap, we have to clear this paper. And for that, first you have to clear the conceptual understanding, so that you will be able to get great marks, because the paper will be dependent on the case study questions, and the case study questions will only be solved when you have a conceptual knowledge. Okay, so let's start today's session. This is our 9th class, and we are discussing module A of your. In the 9th class, the topic we are taking is operational aspects of NRI business. That is your unit number 9, module number A. So this is we are discussing here. Let's start the questions. Before starting the questions, I will be your mentor for IE, IFS and PPB. It means for paper 1 and paper 2 as well. And if I talk about the sessions that is going on, Achievers sessions on YouTube, that is at 6 AM you will find PPB session Monday to Saturday, and at 7 PM you will find IE, IFS session Monday to Saturday. Do not forget to join these sessions on the regular basis. Let's say if some days session you are not able to watch live, then you can watch recording as well. The playlist is already created. You can check the playlist, you can save your playlist, and whenever you get the free time, you can watch all the sessions together or one by one as suits you. Okay, so let's start the session. The first question we are asking here, that is how many types of accounts are permitted in India for NRI? So we all know who are NRI, non-resident Indians. Those Indians who are living abroad for 182 days or more than 182 days in a financial year. They are what? They are the NRIs. Clear? Now when we talk about the non-resident Indians or NRI, they are the also we have POI. It is actually PIO, person of Indian origin. It is person of Indian origin. The person of Indian origin is the person whose parents belongs to the country. They are the citizen of our country, but their child's birth happened in the foreign country. So that child will be known as person of Indian origin, because his or her parents will are the Indian citizens. Okay. So now how many types of accounts are permitted in India for the NRIs and PIO? So first of all, we have non-resident external account, in which CASA RAFA accounts can be opened, but in the Indian currency. It will be opened by NRI and PIO. Second, NRO account, non-resident ordinary account. It will be opened in form of CASA RAFA, and it will be open in Indian currency. Now what is the difference between NRE and NRO? So non-resident external accounts allow NRI and PIOs to open account in India in Indian currency, but here the money earned from abroad will be deposited. That is NRE account. If I am talking about NRO account is non-resident ordinary account. It allows the NRI and PIO to deposit their money they are earning from India in form of Indian currency. So let's say, for example, there is an ex-person who went outside the country, who is living in USA, working there, and he is earning money in USA, and he wants to save his money in India. Then he will open NRE account, and that money will be saved in the Indian currency. Second, let's say there is a certain Y person who is living in USA, working in there or living there, whatever, but some part of earning comes from India. So that money will be maintained in the NRO account in Indian currency. Now what kind of earning he is getting from India when he is living abroad? Might be it can be a rent of his home, rent of his warehouse, the pension he is getting from the government scheme, or any other source of income that he is earning from India. That will be maintained in the NRO account. Okay, this is the main difference between the two. And the third, we have FCNR account, foreign currency non-resident account. This is the account in which in foreign currency term deposits can be opened by the NRI and PIO. And the foreign currency term deposit will be done on those currencies which are demandable in the market. Almost all the currency we are allowing, but yes, there are certain currency which are demandable in market. They will be getting preference here. So these are the three types of account: NRE, NRO, FCNR. So your right answer will be B option. Okay. So I guess it is clear. Second question is asking, the resident POA holder is not allowed to do what? So the resident power of attorney holder is not allowed to do which of the following thing? To open a NRE account. Second, repatriate outside India funds in the account except to the NRI account holder. Make payment as gift to a resident on behalf of the account holder. Transfer funds to another NRE account. All A to D. Now let me know which of the following is correct. So if a resident person is having a power of attorney, it's very obvious he cannot open an NRE account because he is resident, right? Second, repatriate outside India the funds in the account except to the NRE account holder. No, this cannot be done. Then make payment as gift to a resident on behalf of the account holder. No, cannot be done. Transfer funds to another NRE account. No, it cannot be done. So right answer will be E. All A to D are not allowed to the power of attorney holder. Okay. So your right answer here will be E option. Right answer is E. Now, who can issue ICCs in an international credit card to NRIs, PIOs, and the transaction may be settled inward remittance or from the card holder's FCNR, B, NRE, NRO account. Now, the question is asking who can issue. Question is asking who can issue ICC to NRIs or the PIOs. And the transaction may be settled in what? By inward remittance or from the card holder's FCNR. B account, NRE account, or NRO account. Who can do that? So only the banks who are authorized by RBI to participate in the foreign currency or to allow their customer to participate in the foreign currency, they will be allowed here to open or to issue these cards to the NRI and PIO, as well as the inward remittance. Inward means money is transferred from abroad to India. So right answer is authorized dealer. The authorized dealers are allowed here by Reserve Bank of India. So your right answer will be B. Okay. Next, remittances of asset requiring the approval of. Remittances of assets requiring the approval of which of the following? The PMO, the Ministry of Finance, the RBI, or none of the above? And the right answer for this question will be obviously RBI. If you are remitting a certain asset, then you take to have permission from Reserve Bank of India, the central bank of the country. Okay, so right answer will be your C option. Right is C. Next. Investment in the following sectors is not permitted even for NRIs, OCIs, except where indicated otherwise. Sorry. So now NRIs, we all know, non-resident Indians. What are OCI? They are overseas citizen of India. They are the persons who took birth in a certain other country. They are living in country. They are living in India, and we have given them the citizenship. These persons are known as overseas citizen of India. Okay, now you have to answer which of the following sector is not permitted. First is saying lottery business, including government, private lottery, online lottery. Second is saying gambling and betting, including casinos. Third is saying chit fund except NRIs, OCIs on non-repatriation basis. Then we have Nidhi company. Then we have trading in transferable development rights. Then real estate business or construction of farmhouses. Out of these, you have to answer which particular transaction is not permitted, not allowed. A, B, C or D. So it's very obvious: gambling, lottery business, the chit fund, the Nidhi companies, the trading in transferable development right, the real estate business or construction of farmhouse. These all activities are the kind of activities which are prohibited for your foreign investment. So the right answer will be all of the above. These you have also studied in IEIFS subject when you study the FDI prohibited areas. All these areas will be there. Okay, all these areas will be there. So your right answer will be D. All are not permitted here. And option number D. Okay. Acha, out of this, if we talk about the certain terms, like chit funds are very famous, but they are very risky. Hai? So do remember this one thing: if we are talking about risk and return, you will find that they both are directly proportional. If return is high, the risk will be high. If the return is low, the risk will be low. Like in the government securities. In the government security, there is a zero risk that the government will do any kind of fraud with the persons who have invested in the government security. So there is no risk. It's mean there is a very minimum return. And if you talk about the chit fund will give you, it can double your money within 15 days. I hope you have heard about these institutions. They have taken money from the public and they use that money in a lottery, not in a lottery, but yes, in such a form they will write the name of all the persons who have given money to you in a chit, in a bowl, and one of them will be taken out, and whosoever have got that particular chit name, that person will got the whole amount of money. So it give you a kind of maximum investment in a minimum days, maximum return in a minimum days. So that's why it has a risky as well. So maximum chit funds are fraud. And they also, if you talk about who regulates them, the respective state governments regulate them. So it gives you a high return, and that's why it have a high risk as well. Now the Nidhi companies are those small companies who are working only for their member. They are getting fundraise from their member and they only provide fund to their members. Okay, that is Nidhi company. So next question is, SNRR accounts are essentially for foreign national or entities with businesses relationship with individuals entities in India for the purpose of which of the following? For the purpose of investment in India, for the purpose of import of goods and services, for the purpose of export of goods and services, or all of the above. So question is asking about SNRR account. The question is asking about which account? It is asking for the SNRR account. Let me know which of the following will be right. So SNRR account is simply your special non-resident rupee account. Okay, it is what? It is a special non-resident rupee account. These accounts are essential for the foreign nationals or the entities with business relationship with individual or entities in India. If they are having a business relationship with Indian entities or individuals, they have to have this account. And the right answer is all of the above. है ना, for investment in India, for import of goods and services, as well as for import or export of goods and services. So your right answer will be D. Okay, remember the full form, special non-resident rupee account. Special non-resident rupee account. It will be open when the foreign nationals want to do business in the country with a partnership with Indian company or Indian individual. Now, citizens of Dash cannot transfer immovable property in India without the prior permission of RBI. So, if you want to transfer immovable property will always be your land, है ना? It will be only done when RBI gives the permission. For which country? Syria, Hong Kong, Iran or Iraq? So, your right answer will be, okay. Right answer will be your B, Hong Kong. Hana, the RBI permission is mandatory there. Now, facility for acquisition of property for long-term visa holders is available to a citizen of which country? Is it Bhutan, Myanmar, Afghanistan or Nepal? Facility for what? For acquisition of the property for your long-term visa holders. It is available to the citizen of which country? To the citizen of your Myanmar. It means B option. Right answer is your B. Do remember these kind of transaction, like which country is allowed for what particular transaction, which country is not allowed for what transaction. These kind of questions have been seen in the paper. Now, funds in Dash account cannot be freely repatriated outside India. So, which of the following account it is from where you cannot repatriate the fund outside India? A, B, C or D. Now, because the SNRR account will be open for the business purpose, when the foreign national wants to do business in India, that's why they are opening this account, and that's why the D option will be your right answer. In the SNR and SNRR account, it is not allowed. Okay, so your right answer will be D. Good morning everyone, welcome to the official tips channel of Officers Adda 24/7. So first of all, let me know how are you all, and those who have already joined us here, as you already know that every day we are starting our day with the principles and practices of banking session. So today this is the 10th session, it means the 10th lecture of your module A we are having today. So apart from that, those candidates who have first time joined Officers Adda 24/7 channel and you are watching this session first time, so I will let you know every day we are discussing one particular topic of your module A in form of MCQ. The important concept from the whole chapter we are discussing here for half hour, and if you haven't seen the earlier session, the playlist already available on Officers Adda 24/7 channel, so do check the playlist. And if you find any kind of doubt in any session, you can write your question on comment section. I will be checking your comment and answering there. Apart from that, if you have any query regarding your JAIIB preparation, that you can also ask here. And I will be your mentor for IEIFS as well as for PPB. Between paper 1, paper 2, I will be discussing with all of you for your JAIIB preparation. Okay, so let's start the session. And today this is our 10th number class, as you can see, and the 10th class module A we are discussing. So the 10th class we have, that is foreign currency accounts for residents and other aspects. So if you remember in the last session, we had first question of the session that was asking what kind of account can be opened by the NRI or PIO. So we have discussed NRE account, NRO account, FCNR account can be opened. But here we are not talking about NRE, NRO account, we are talking about the account that can be opened in the foreign currency. So if you remember in one of the session of yours, I have also discussed what type of accounts are there which can be opened in foreign currency. So I have told you, you can open FCNR account as well as you can also open EEFC account. So these are the accounts that can be opened in form of foreign currency. So that's what we are going to talk today in this particular session. So let's start the session. Also be very active in the session. If you find any doubt in the session, do ask in the comment section. And after the end of each and every session, I would request to all of you, let me know in the comment section like how many answers you have given correct, Hana, in this particular session. So let's start with the first question that is asking about residents can hold how many in types of accounts in foreign currency in India. How many types of accounts can be opened by, one second, can be opened here by residents. Okay, that's what your question is asking. So question is asking residents resident means your Indian citizens. Residents can hold how many types of accounts in foreign currency? First is 2, 3, 4 or 5. So right answer will be your A, B, C or D. Which of the following will be right answer? Okay, and the right answer will be your 4. It means 4 accounts can be opened by residents in foreign currency in India. So right answer will be your C. So do remember how many accounts the Indian residents or the residents can open in foreign currency in India. That there is 4 accounts. Okay. The second we have foreign currency denominated account maintained in India cannot be in the form of dash. If you are opening a foreign currency account in India, it should not be in which particular form of account. Savings account, fixed deposit, current account or recurring deposit. So you know there are deposits of 2 types in every bank. That is demand deposit and you have term or time deposit. Demand deposit as well as term or time deposit, you have demand deposit covers your CASA and time deposit covers your RAFA, that is recurring account and fixed account. Okay, so this is the deposit we are talking about here. So which of the following will be the right answer? A, B, C or D? And the right answer will be you can open CASA RAFA accounts in NRE and NRO. Okay, but that is your Indian rupee account. If you are opening an NRE and NRO account, that's an Indian rupee account that is opened by NRIs or PIO. Here we are asking the foreign currency denominated account maintained in India. So there is FCNR account, FCNR account, they are in the form of FD and current account, but not in the form of recurring account. Okay, so foreign currency denominated account maintained in India, it cannot be in the form of RD, that is recurring deposit. So right answer will be D. Next, foreign currency denominated account cannot be maintained in India by dash. Who cannot maintain foreign currency denominated account in India? First is asking ship managing agencies in India, second is saying Indian company receiving FDI, third is saying exporters exporting against advance payment, fourth is saying composite insurance broker. So out of these 4, who cannot maintain the foreign currency denominated account in India? A, B, C or D? So if we are talking about ship managing agencies can have, Indian company receiving the foreign direct investment they can have, composite insurance brokers can have, but the exporters who are exporting against advance payment they cannot. They cannot have the foreign currency denominated account in India. So right answer will be your C. Right answer we have is C. Next question is whether statement are incorrect in terms of diamond dollar account scheme, that is DDA account. There are certain statements have been given to you, 3 statements have been given and you have to answer which of the following is incorrect in context to your diamond dollar account scheme. First is saying realization of export proceeds and local sales in US dollar of rough cut polished diamonds and pre and end. Okay. Payments for purchase of rough cut and polished diamond can be made, funds can be transferred rupee account. Third, the account should be a non-interest bearing current account. So diamond dollar account we are talking about and you have to answer which of the following is not correct in context to your dollar diamond account scheme. A, B, C or D. So first of all, diamond dollar account if you are talking about, realization of export proceeds and local sales in US dollar of your rough cut polished diamonds are allowed. So this is the true. Second is saying payment for purchase of rough cut and polished diamonds can be made. Yes. Funds can be transferred rupee account. This is also true in the DD account. The account should be non-interest bearing current account. This is also true. It means right answer will be all are correct. None of these statements are incorrect. All are the correct statement of yours regarding DDA account scheme. So right answer will be your D. Okay, do remember what is DDA is? It's a diamond dollar account. Okay, next. Next we have, which of the following person can open a foreign currency account with a bank outside India for normal business transaction? So question is asking which of the following person can open a foreign currency account with a bank outside India for normal business transaction, and these are the options in front of you, the statements in front of you, you have to answer. So the first statement is talking about here that an authorized dealer in India with its branches, head office, correspondent outside India, a branch outside India of a bank incorporated in India, an Indian shipping or airline company, insurance reinsurance companies registered with Adda for insurance and reinsurance business, an Indian firm or company body corporate for its foreign office branch or its representatives, an exporter exporting services and engineering goods on deferred payment terms, it means in installment, on a turnkey project or a construction contract abroad. So which of the following statement is regarding opening a foreign currency account with a bank outside India for normal business transaction? Which statements are there if you want to open a foreign currency account with bank outside India for your normal business transaction? Which is it? A, B, C or D? And the right answer will be your D. All 1 to 6. Right answer will be D. Okay. Now next. Foreign currency denominated account maintained in India cannot be in the form of. Achha, this is we have done, that is recurring deposit. Hai na? This is repeated question. Now next. Okay. 1 second. This is also repeated. Now. Public servant means a public servant as defined in section dash of the Indian Penal Code 1860. Which of the following is correct? Which penal code? Is it 19, 20, 21, 22? So public servant means a public servant as defined in section which of your Indian Penal Code 1860? 19, 20, 21, 22. Which section is it? And the right answer, we have 21 section of Penal Code 1860 talks about the public servant, that who is public servant, it defined the public servant. So right answer is your C, 21. Next we have person can open a foreign currency account with the bank outside India for the normal business transaction, and these are the statement in front of you. First is saying an authorized dealer in India with its branch, head office, correspondent outside India. Second is saying a branch outside India of a bank incorporated in India. An Indian shipping or airline company, only one, both 1 and 2, only 3, all 1 to 3. Which of the following can open the bank account outside India in foreign currency for their normal business transactions? And the right answer will be your all of the above. All can open the foreign currency account for the business purpose outside the India in a bank. That is right answer will be D. Now diamond dollar account scheme, the account should be a non-interest bearing account in which form? It should be a FD account, RD account, current account or a savings account. So diamond dollar account you have to open, and that is saying it should be non-interest bearing. What type of account? FD have account, FD have your interest payment situation, RD also pays the interest, savings account also pays the interest. So right answer will be your C. So diamond dollar account scheme, the account should be a non-interest bearing account. That will be in the form of current account. So right option will be your C. Okay, right answer will be your C option. So do remember that the diamond dollar account can be opened here, but yes, no situation for interest payment will be there. It will be maintained for the diamond furnishing, polishing or cutting, etc. Clear? So this was today's session about your unit number 10. Now before ending the session, first of all, let me know how many answers you guys have given here is correct. Also, if you find any kind of doubt in any particular session, you can ask that in this particular comment section as well. If you haven't seen the earlier sessions, then the playlist is already available. Recording is available. You can check the recording. And this is important information for all of you that the second batch we have started for your JAIIB preparation. And in the second batch, you will find we have started from 8th of December. 2 subjects have been started, that is IE and IFS. Okay. Second, if you see, we have started the retail banking and wealth management. These two subjects have been started from 8th of December. So on 8th of December, we had our orientation class, and after that we have started our syllabus. So I will be starting from module C, and I have started unit number 20. That's the first unit of your module C of IEIFS, that is Indian Financial System Overview. So if you haven't seen the demo sessions are available on YouTube. You can check from the YouTube. Apart from that, how to enroll in this particular batch for enrollment, you have to download the application and then go to the this JAIIB CIB section there. But before that, I will let you know how to enroll. But before that, what actually you are getting here? In the Achievers batch, you are getting concept classes that will be live available. You can join the live classes that will be conceptual understanding classes. This will be available 24/7 recording form also if you want to check or revise the content, or if somehow you are not able to join the live class, you can watch the recording. Second, the class PDFs will be available as ebook for all of you. Okay, like if you want to check the revision in the form of PDF, then you can do here. Okay, the class PDF will be available. Then apart from that, you will get topic wise test. Topic wise test will be available. Then you will get full length test. Full length test will be also available, and one more ebook is also available. Actually, this is the ebook, and the class PDF will be available as a practice book. Okay, so ebook will be a kind of online PDF for you for the entire topic of yours, so that you can revise, and the content will be from the IIBF book only, but yes, in the two different way, because the class PDF will be provided by your mentors what they are teaching in the class, and ebooks will be provided to all of you from our content team who are working regularly on the basis of the key takeaways of the paper, and they are creating a particular ebook for all of you for the quick revision purpose. So these are the benefits which you will get in this pack, and it will be available for 9 months for all of you. The validity, 9 months validity is for Achievers batch. Now what is Mahapack? In Mahapack, all these benefits will be available. These benefits will be available for all of you in the Mahapack. Plus to this, you will get here all upcoming batches. All the upcoming batches will be provided to you. Do not have to enroll individually. As well as you will get mini and Maha marathons for all the 4 subjects of your JAIIB, and this marathons will be different from what you will get on YouTube before your paper. Like everybody know, one day prior to your paper, we have YouTube Maha marathons that will be for 5 hours or 6 hours some duration. The 5 or 6 hour duration will be there for your marathons, and those marathons will be different from these marathon that you will get as you have completed your particular module. Like in every subject, if you have completed your one module, then you will get the mini marathon of particular module, and the Maha marathon will be provided to all of you when you have completed the whole syllabus. So these are the benefit of all the batches available here. How to enroll? To enroll, first of all, download the Adda 24/7 application. After downloading the application, you have to do what? Just go to the Adda 24/7 applications home page. I will show you how. Okay, so here you have to go to the Adda 24/7 applications home page. Okay, and then go to the exam category. Select the exam category which you are preparing for, and that will be your JAIIB CIB, right? Okay, so this is your exam category JAIIB CIB. Then go to the JAIIB May 2024, click on the view all option, and check all these are the online classes for all of you for JAIIB May 2024. Individual subject batches are available, comprehensive batches are available, Mahapack is as well as available. How to enroll? Whatever batch you want to enroll, just click on the batch. Do read all the offerings of the product. You can check what the product is offering to you from here, what the package includes. And after this, you will find the study plan as well. As I have told you, 2 subjects have been started, so both the study plan is available with you. How to enroll? Just click on the buy now option, and if you use this code, you will get 75% discount. If you want more discount, use the code Y496, Apply this discount, you will get here 77% discount. For 1% additional discount will be available if you use the same code on application. So 78% discount, 9-month validity, all the 4 subjects will be covered. It started from 8th of December for all of you. Okay, if you still have any doubt in this particular batch, you can ask in the comment section. I will check your comment and answer there. And the same process is there to enroll any particular batch of your JAIIB May 2024. Okay. Now, apart from that, if you want to join regular YouTube sessions, for that you have to subscribe the channel Officers Are 24/7 and press the bell icon so that all the upcoming sessions notification be provided to you. Okay, now this is our PPB session. So you will get Monday to Saturday sessions for all the 4 subjects of your. At 6 a.m. you are getting Principles and Practices of Banking. At 7 p.m. you are getting IE and IFS session. Okay, so these 2 sessions are available out of your 4. 6 a.m., 7 p.m. I will be taking care of both the subjects. So if you have any doubt, you can ask there. And regularly check these sessions on these timing for all of you. Okay, apart from that, I got a message on Telegram that they were asking, ma'am, how to start preparation for PPB. I have taken the orientation class. If you haven't seen that, in a very short manner, I will let you know here. First thing is that do remember you have 4 modules. Hana, and second thing you have to remember, you have 55 units. Third, you have to remember 1000 pages book it is. So you can understand now how much content is there. Hana? And if I talk about module A and B, they both covers your 41 units. From 1 to 41 units, you have module A and B. Module C and D have 42 to 55 units. So you can see module C and D are very small units. It's a very small module. Module A and B have a huge syllabus. So module A and B will definitely take your 2.5 months to be covered if you want to cover properly, because the paper they are asking is very detailed and conceptual. For that you have to cover the whole study. So it will take 2.5 months. So I would suggest to all of you, what you can do right now, you can start with the C and D module. Why? Because within 1 month you will be able to cover your C and D module, because it's have a very small content. So after completing C and D module, you will have these kind of satisfaction in your mind that yes, I have done 2 modules. It means that the 50% of modules I have completed. Now then start with the A and C module, because they have a lot of content to study, lot of things to remember. So you need a more time to cover the syllabus. So start then with A and B module and prepare them and regularly give tests for the C and D modules. One more thing, as you complete one particular chapter, do make sure you are giving topic wise tests for the same chapter. Okay, and this is how I would say that in initial, when you're starting preparation for your PPB, these are the initial steps that you have to have in your mind. And still, if you have any doubt, you can every time you can ask your doubt here in the comment section. So this is all for today. Let's end the session here, and I will be seeing you in the evening for 7 p.m. session for IE IFS subject. Okay, so thank you everyone for joining this session, and take care.